Let me ask you a question. How many financial books have you read? Podcasts have you listened to? How many budgets have you started and stopped? And yet, something still isn't clicking. The advice sounds good, the math makes sense, but when you sit down with your bank account, your bills, your life by yourself, it doesn't quite fit. Here's why. Nobody ever taught you the truth about money. Not the tactics, not the tips, not the how, but the truth. Today I'm going to share three truths about money that changed how I see finances and how I help my clients transform their finances. I am Foluke Olayele with Hand in Hand Consulting. The first truth is money is personal. And I don't mean personal like mind your own business personal. I mean personal like your fingerprint personal. Think about it. God created you with a fingerprint that is completely unique. There's no one on earth exactly like you. Not before you, not after you, not your DNA, not your design. There's only one of you. So why would we expect relationships with money to look like everybody else's? Your relationship looks like everybody else's. Mine look no, it doesn't. You have a unique family of origin story. You were born at a specific time in a specific generation with a specific set of circumstances. Your childhood experiences, your friendships, your heartbreak, your hurts, your hangups, even the habits you picked up along the way, some good, some not so good, all of that shapes how you experience money, how you think about money, how you feel about it, what makes you spend it, what makes you hoard it, what makes you avoid looking at the bank account altogether, what makes you not even talk about it. Why generic advice falls short? Let me tell you. Here's why it gets tricky. Most financial resources, the books, the podcasts, the websites, the seminars, they're designed for the masses, everybody. They give you advice based on how the majority of people experience money. And that's not a bad thing. There are some really good lessons out there. I've learned from them, right? Many of them. You have to pick what applies to you. And here's the gap. Generic advice can't address your specific story, right? A podcast doesn't know that you grew up watching your parents fight about money every night. Book doesn't know that you overspend when you're feeling lonely because shopping makes you feel in control somehow. A budgeting app doesn't know that every time you see a low balance, your chest gets tight because it reminds you of that season when the lights got cut off. That's why money is personal. And that's exactly why working with a financial coach, someone who walks with you hand in hand, can be transformational. What personal money coaching looks like. I want to share that with you. When I work with clients, we don't just look at the numbers. We unpack mindset. What beliefs are running in the background? What is the family of origin story they're telling themselves about when they grew up? What are their hurts and hang-ups? What wounds are you still being affected by when making decisions? Your current situation. Where do you actually find yourself today? And then, this is the part I love. You dream together. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with your finances? Not just what do you want to buy, what impact do you want to have? What legacy do you want to leave? That's how personal money is. The second truth might surprise you. Money is neutral. Neutral. Very neutral. Now stay with me, okay? Because this one is actually very important. If I handed you $100 bill right now, just gave it to you would do one of two things with it. You would either build or you would destroy. By that I mean you have the power to build. With that same $100, you could build a relationship by giving someone a meaningful gift. You could build an education by buying a book or investing in a course for yourself or someone else. You could build someone's future by investing in health savings accounts. Your own peace of mind can be built by adding to your emergency fund, giving you room in your budget. Strangers' day can be built by paying for their groceries. That $100 bill in your hands becomes a tool for good. There's also the power to destroy. That same $100 bill, yeah, it can do some damage. In different hands or in the same hand with a different intention, it can destroy. That $100 could fund an addiction. It could be a deposit on something very harmful. It could enable behavior that tears a family apart. It could be used for deception, manipulation, or even harm. But the $100 bill itself, it's the same $100 bill, isn't it? Brand new, crisp. Why does this even matter? Because money didn't change. The person holding the money is what determines the outcome. This is why I push back when people say things like money is the root of all evil. That's not even biblical. But money itself is neutral. The same is true for people with a lot of money. Wealthy people, people with hundreds of thousands and hundreds of millions of dollars, their money is neither good nor bad. What matters is what they do with it. Just like what matters with what you do with what's in your hand. So here's the question for you. What are you building with what you have? The third truth is the one that reframes it all. Money is godly. It is. Now, let me be very clear about what I mean and what I don't mean. What I don't mean, we'll start with that. I don't mean that only people with money are godly. And I don't mean that if you have a lot of money, God has blessed you. And if you don't have a lot of money, you're somehow cursed or outside of his favor. Not that simple. That is not true, and it's also not biblical. Let me give you two examples from scripture. Example one, a patriarch. Think about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These men had a lot of earthly wealth, right? Land, livestock, servants, resources. God made sure they were blessed and blessed and blessed some more. But they also had something more valuable. They had kingdom wealth. They had faith in a God they had not seen, right? Their earthly wealth was an overflow of their relationship with God, but it wasn't the measure of it. Example two, New Testament, the Apostle Paul. Paul had incredible faith. He wrote most of the New Testament. He planted churches across the continent, right? He spoke with boldness and transformed communities because he himself had been transformed. But Paul did not have a lot of earthly wealth. In fact, he talks throughout his letters about working, making tents, supporting himself, making sure he didn't take advantage of those people he was ministering to, so he wouldn't be a burden on them. He encouraged believers, pastors, to do the same, to work, earn your way. Don't take advantage of others because you are the minister, pastor. Because honest work, that is a godly pursuit. So what is it that I mean by money is godly? Money is godly. You could say that with me. I mean that God deeply cares about how we steward his resources. God gives us the power to get wealth. The scripture is very clear about that. And it's his resources. But see, there's the nuance. God doesn't cause poverty. The wealth of this world, whether you have $100 or 100 million or 100 billion, is all passes away. It disappears, it burns up. Someone else gets it when you die. Some institution, organization, charity, you can't and won't take it with you. So the real question is, this is what God really wants to know. Can he trust you with a little? Because here's the truth. To God, all the wealth on earth is small. Whether you have $100 or 100 billion with a B, it's all small relative to eternity. If God can trust you with a few $100s here on earth, then he can trust you with eternal riches, kingdom wealth for eternity. Let's bring it all together. Truth number one, money is personal. Your relationship with money is as unique as your fingerprint. Generic advice can only take you so far. It's good, but that's why walking with someone to better understand how to apply it to your life is better. Your story makes all the difference. Tip number two, money is neutral. The same dollar can build or destroy. Money isn't good. Money isn't bad. What you do with it determines its impact. Truth number three, money is godly. God cares about how you steward your finances because he gave it to you. He wants you to have more, not just the earthly stuff, not just the practical. He wants you to be responsible with the earthly and the practical, just so you can be responsible with the eternal. If this message resonated with you, if you found yourself nodding like, yeah, that's exactly where I am, that's true, I want to invite you to take the next step. As your financial coach, I would love to walk with you on your financial journey. Not just to crunch numbers, it's not about the numbers, but to unpack what money really, really means for you in your life, in this season of your life, with your unique story. Here's how to get started. You can download my free Meanings But Mighty Money Reset Guide. It's a short, powerful tool to help you start unpacking your mindset, your thoughts, your emotions, your patterns, your triggers. The link is in the description, handinhandconsulting.net/3-day money reset. If you're ready, number two, for the personalized support, you can schedule a clarity call with me. This is a conversation where we explore where you are and where you want to go. I would love to start the conversation with you. Where are you? Where do you want to go with money? I am Foluke Olayele, with Hand in Hand Consulting. Today, plan tomorrow.